today's video, we'll be discussing 10 things to avoid doing in your 20s. Let's get into it. Number 1, avoid letting yourself get washed up. Ladies, take care of your body. Keep up with your feminine regimen. Continue to exfoliate. Take your vitamins. Drink your water. Eat your greens. Exercise. Because you don't want to be that girl who was popping back in college and then you bump into her in the mall in your 30s, 40s, or even 50s and they look washed up. You know, it happens. This is also why you see some women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who looked half their age. It's because they keep up with their regimen. They take care of their body. Do not be that woman who lets herself go and you end up looking twice your age at, 30. Number 2, do not send any nudes and do not let anyone record you doing something that you wouldn't want the world to see. You never know who you can end up being in life. You can end up being a district attorney, a branch manager, a financial advisor. You never know, but you better believe that once you hit that level of success, lo and behold, those photos and videos will pop up out of nowhere. We see it happen all the time with celebrities. We see it happen with friends. We see it happen in nasty divorces. We see it all the time, so don't put yourself in that position in your 20s. Number 3, don't follow every trend. Just because Cardi B is out here wearing a yellow wig doesn't mean you have to go and throw one on too. Just because it's popular to be a city girl, act up, you can get snatched up, doesn't mean you have to go around with the loud persona and follow that trend. Instead, try to be selective with what you follow. Hop on trends that are more positive, such as, the Black excellence trend or the generational wealth trend that's going on right now. Focus on those things that will, add value to your life. Number 4, do not blow your savings. Ladies, it's so important in your 20s to save and invest early on. Investing in my early 20s was one of the greatest things I ever done for myself because that compound interest is accumulating early and I'll be able to forever eat off of the fruits of my investment. Go out there and open up your Roth IRA account. Open up a 401k account. Open up a savings. Start saving for your home. Do all of these things early. The Louis Vuitton bag could wait. The Gucci flip-flops can wait. Do yourself a favor and invest early. You don't want to be in your 30s or in your 40s barely starting your savings account. Number 5, don't ruin your credit, ladies. Here's a good rule of thumb to follow, just in life, period. If you can't afford something 3 times over, do not purchase it unless it's a mortgage or, a reliable car. There's nothing worse than purchasing something on credit and not being able to pay it down. So guess what? It ends up in collections. And once you have something in collections on your credit report, your credit score is basically shot from there. And it's going to be very difficult to bounce back. Your credit report is like a life report card. It determines your interest rates. It determines how much you will be able to qualify for. It determines what area you can live in. So stay on top of it starting in your 20s. Number 6, start a business. Starting a small business, no matter if it's selling clothes, doing YouTube, selling on Amazon, doing hair, doing nails. Start that business that you always dreamt of doing. It's so important to do this in your 20s because you don't want to be in your 30s, 40s, and 50s thinking, what would have happened if, I would have opened that hair salon. It's better to start these things in your 20s when you have more time to yourself, when you have less responsibilities. Your 20s is the perfect time for you to explore your dreams, for you to start those businesses, for you to plant those seeds. Number 7, understand that friends come and go. So when I was in high school, I had this ride or die best friend, and we ended up falling out in college because of something petty, okay? A few years later, she reached out to me and we linked back up and we fell out again over something kind of major. I'm not going to go into detail, but I didn't take that to heart because I understand that friends come and go. It's a part of life. Everyone goes through a period in time where they lose a lot of friends, where they gain a lot of friends. Just see it as, God making room for someone better to come into your life and fill that position. Not everyone is meant to complete the journey with you. Some people are in your life just for a season. Just be thankful that you are able to experience that friendship, learn from it, take what you need, and move forward. Number 8, ladies, do not limit yourself to dead-end jobs in your 20s. This is a time where you need to be applying yourself, exploring different career fields. I mean, it's okay to work at Denny's, while you're in college, but make sure that you're not stagnant. Make sure you're not at Denny's for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Even if you're making lateral moves, you're going from waiting tables to a bank teller, or you're going from being a bank teller to working in retail. At least you're testing out different fields. So it's like, hey, I did not like finance. I don't like banking. I'm going to try out mortgage. I'm going to try out the mortgage industry. Oh, I didn't like mortgage. I'm going to try out retail. I didn't like retail. You're moving around. You're seeing what you do and what you don't like, so that by the time you're in your 30s, you already have your foot in the door in that career field. Number 9, do not have kids. I know that it's becoming popular and glamorized through social media. Kylie Jenner had her kid at 18, 19. Cardi had her kid young. Jada had her kid extremely young as well. But just understand that these women are the exception, not the rule. A woman is not a multimillionaire. The average woman is not dating a successful rapper. The average woman did not have a multi-million-dollar business handed to her from the age of 15. Just understand that having a child at a young age will really hinder you. You're not going to have as much time to yourself to explore, to learn yourself, to plot on your next business move, to plot on your next career move, to develop your femininity. Everything is going to be about that child. So just don't do it to yourself. And last but not least, number 10, do not forget to practice your femininity. Now, I stress all the time that femininity is cultivated at an early age. It begins in childhood, and it's really cultivated during young adulthood, and is practiced throughout the rest of your life. But if you missed that window in your childhood where, you didn't have a feminine role model, you didn't have your mother around, you didn't have an older sister, whatever the case may be, your 20s is another beautiful window where you can really intentionally set that foundation to carry you throughout the rest of your life. Start studying these podcasts, start reading these books, start watching movies with prominent feminine characters. Start meditating. Start practicing your ability to cultivate sacred areas, sacred energies, sacred places. Begin tapping into your womanhood and really listening to your intuition. Start developing relationships with other feminine women who you can learn from and exchange energies with. Your 20s is just a beautiful and prominent era to really lay that foundation of femininity. Okay, ladies, so those are the 10 things to avoid doing in your 20s. If there's something vital that I forgot, please drop it in the comments so that we can all benefit from it. And don't forget to check out my ebook, my e-course. And, I just pray that this content provides value for someone out there. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and as usual, stay feminine. Mwah.